Previously on Sims Survivor. After Kiana's elimination at Tribal Council, the remaining 7 Castaways competed in the next immunity competition. At the immunity competition, Axel was able to secure the win for himself, getting his second immunity in a row and securing himself an extra vote at Tribal Council. At Tribal Council, by a vote of 3 to 2 to 2 to 1, Shrikumar became the 5th member of the jury. 6 castaways remain, who will be voted out next. Hello everyone, welcome back to Sim Survivor. Yet another episode we just had where a very strong competitor was taken out. As we're getting further in this game, the numbers are dwindling and the targets are increasing. If you do not feel secure at this point in the game, it's probably because you're not. This is episode 17, the last episode before our 3-part finale. It's going to be interesting to see which 5 castaways will make it to the finale and ultimately who's going to win the season. We've got a lot of great people left in the game, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of drama after the previous Tribal Council. So without further ado, let's get into the episode. Axel was definitely the major power player in the previous Tribal Council. He is the one who ultimately orchestrated Shrikumar's elimination. I did not expect him to go against Shrikumar, a previous member from the same tribe. He used his special power and used the second vote against Shrikumar, which ultimately sealed his fate. I'm honestly stunned. I did not expect it to go that way. I thought other people were going to be in danger. But huge props to Axel. He's definitely showing strategic prowess as we're getting further into the game. That is something that he can have on his resume at the end. I don't know how Kaylee did it, but she did it. She was able to survive Tribal Council. A huge accomplishment. Did not see that coming. I thought she was done for. She has one ally, one original member in Roger, but it was split down the line. I think that's what saved her. I think the original Savai going after both Roger and Kaylee kind of put them at a disadvantage, so not a good move on their part. They've let them both slide by. Liana is evidently playing a great social game at this point. She didn't receive a single vote at Tribal Council. That just speaks volumes about the connections that she's made. Marie received a vote. Was not expecting that. But ultimately, I think these two are people that are going to go far into this. I think, unless this Tribal Council is crazy or I'm reading the room wrong, I think both Liana and Marie could easily make it top 5, top 4, top 3. They just have that natural ability to skate by. Not really floating because they're making moves and they're socializing, but they're not being perceived as the biggest fish to fry, which is what you need to do at this point in the game. Like Kaylee, Roger has a massive target on his back. Not only is he one of the 2 original Polu members, but him and Marie are still, I don't know how they made it this far, but they're still the only remaining duo in the game. That's definitely something that people need to start watching out for. I think Roger's a big contender to win. And if Kaylee wants to, she could turn the tides and convince people to vote him out instead of her. I just realized that I said that Liana was the only eligible person who didn't receive a vote at Tribal Council, but that completely ignores Lucas. Lucas is just playing such a great game too. I did not even consider that he didn't receive a vote. He's doing a great job of navigating himself, surprisingly, because he did lose Dylan in the jury stages of this game. But Lucas is someone these people need to watch out for. We already know he's got an idol, so he's protected with that, but you do not want to cross him because I think he's playing he has all his people lined up to go in front of him, and he has things in his back pocket to keep him further into this game, so definitely someone who's going to go far and a contender for the win at this point. Hello everyone, it is now time for your next immunity challenge. Axel, I'm going to have to take the immunity necklace back. Immunity is back up for grabs. Before we begin, I'm going to quickly explain how today's competition is going to work. For today's immunity challenge, each castaway will take their turns withdrawing a gift from their pile. I will then look at the price of each gift. Whomever, after everyone has drawn their presents, has the present worth the most will receive immunity and will be safe at Tribal Council. So, without further ado, let's get into the challenge. Up first, we have Liana. And Liana has received a robot vacuum dock, which is worth 200 simoleons. Up next, we have Axel. And Axel has received a Genius Vision wall mount TV, which is worth 3,500. Axel is currently in the lead. Up next, we have Lucas. Unfortunately for Lucas, when he opened his gift, he did not receive a present. I checked his inventory and I checked the household inventory, and there were new gifts. Weird. So Lucas has received a score of 0. Next up, we have Marie. And Marie has received a Tea Magic Personal Brewer, which is worth 275 simoleons. That's not enough to beat Axel, who is still in the lead. Up next, we have Roger. And Roger has received a caress-scented candle, which is worth 110 simoleons. Axel is still in the lead. And finally, we have Kaylee. Kaylee needs to beat 3,500. And Kaylee has received a lump of coal, which is worth 10 simoleons. Unfortunately, that is not enough to beat Axel's score. Congratulations to Axel. For the third time in a row, immunity is yours and you will be safe from Tribal Council. As for the rest of you, one of you will become the 6th member of the jury. That's all I have left to say. Head back to camp. A huge congratulations to Axel, who's the first person guaranteed into the finale stages of this game. He's currently tied, fun fact, for the record for immunity wins in the series with Season 1's Steven and Annabella. So a huge props to him. It'll be interesting to see if he'll be able to break the record or not. But yeah, nevertheless, congratulations to Axel pulling out the wins, even when he doesn't need to, but definitely a force to be reckoned with. However, with Axel winning immunity, Kaylee and Roger are in danger. They received a lot of votes at the last Tribal Council, so it's easy to say that they would likely be targets again. That is to say, if Axel's willing to work with them, he could switch sides once again. He did it with Shrikumar, and maybe he wants to be the last remaining Savai member. That would be a great resume thing to be like, hey, I played the game, I voted out people regardless of whether we were on the same tribe. Yeah, it's not loyalty, but I did what I needed to do and made moves in this game. So I'm hoping that for Kaylee and Roger's sake that that's what's happening, because if not, this is probably their last few days in the game. Things may not be completely hopeless for the original Savai though, because Roger and Kaylee did not vote together in the last Tribal Council, and with Roger's connection to Marie, Marie may be able to sway him to the other side. So there's a lot of factors to take into consideration with this vote. Liana and Lucas need to assemble the troops, so they've played really hard games, and to go home this soon to the end would definitely be devastating for them. Liana appears to be having a few conversations with Kaylee. This is what Kaylee needs at this point. She doesn't have the best connections on this tribe. I know her and Marie, they just don't get along. I think Marie wants to befriend Kaylee, but she's just like not receptive to it at all. So I think little interactions like this, like if Liana is trying to talk with you, use that to your advantage. You could sway her to help you in tribal council. Or otherwise, it's not looking too good for her right now. Going into tribal council tonight, Roger really needs to hope that this vote is either crazy like we've seen in the previous tribal councils, or that the target is on Kaylee, because at this point, he just needs to focus that it's not going to be on him. It would suck for him to lose Kaylee as an ally, given that they are original Polu, but he would still have Marie, so he would not be completely dead in the water. He just needs to hope that's not him going tonight, because he did receive a few votes last time. And the final conversations are happening at this point. Who do you think is going to make it to the finale? As of right now, Axel is the only person that we can fully confirm is going to be there. But who is going to join him? Without further ado, let's get to the vote. Hello everyone, welcome to your next tribal council. Before we begin, we're going to first bring in the members of our jury. Christian, Dylan, Enzo, Kiana, and Shrikumar, who was voted out at the last tribal council. In just a moment, either Liana, Lucas, Marie, Roger, or Kaylee will be the 6th member of our jury. Without further ado, let's get to the vote. Liana, you're up first. I will now go tally the votes. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and they would like to use it, now would be the time to do so. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. First vote, Kaylee. Marie, that's 1 vote Kaylee, 1 vote Marie. Roger, that's 1 vote Kaylee, Marie, Roger. Lucas, that's 1 vote Kaylee, Marie, Roger, Lucas. Marie, that's 2 votes Marie, 1 vote Kaylee, Roger, Lucas. Kaylee, we have a tie between Kaylee and Marie, so how this is going to work, everyone but Kaylee and Marie will re-vote, and we'll tally up the results. Liana, you're up first. I will now go tally up the votes. Kaylee, that's 1 vote Kaylee. Marie, that's 1 vote Kaylee, 1 vote Marie. Kaylee, that's 2 votes Kaylee, 1 vote Marie, 1 vote left. 15th person voted out, and the 6th member of our jury, Kaylee, that's 3, that's enough, please come bring me your torch. Kaylee, the tribe has spoken. Congratulations to Liana, Axel, Lucas, Marie, and Roger. You are the final 5 of this season and will be heading into the finale stages of this game. Who will take home the crown? Fight for every day that you have here. That's all I have left to say. Head back to camp. And that concludes this episode of Sims Survivor. It's so crazy. We are 3 episodes away from finding out who is going to win. In our next episode, it will be the start of the finale stages. Just commenting though on Kaylee's elimination, it was definitely a bit of a standard thing. I was expecting it, but I did not expect Axel to once again betray the original Savai. He has a massive target on his back. He needs to keep winning those immunities if he wants to stay in the game, because we still have a duo in Marie and Roger in the final 5. And Lucas has an idol, and there's a hidden idol somewhere, so you definitely need to be cautious moving forward. Thank you guys so much for watching. It honestly means the world to me, and I really appreciate all the support with this series. A lot of really nice comments. But yeah, without further ado, I'll see you next time.